Hey guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Carla Y. Nix, and I'm doing another inspirational moment. You know, one thing I love collaboration. Collaboration. I um I love doing things. I love putting things together. I love helping others. I love programs. I love things that's going to edify and uplift and that's going to help other people. And I work very well alone. And unfortunately, and I'm saying unfortunately because there should not be stress, but I work well under pressure. Um, I've learned there's a lot of things that I do on my own. I don't have the benefit um, of having other people. I don't outsource because I don't have the resources to outsource. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I do, and I do it myself, and I was kind of forced to learn how to do things. I can learn very quickly, but I also love collaboration. And I think things are better when there's teamwork, when there's a group, and it doesn't have to be a huge group. Sometimes the less people, the better outcome. But uh, working for the same goal is priceless. I think about, I'm going to use this example to the best of my ability because I don't know it all, definitely. But, over the last decade or so, at least, maybe even before, um, we find that in music, such as rap music and hip hop, that kind of music, which I'm not a fan of, I mean, it's out there, I hear it, but I'm not a fan, and I used to listen to it at times because I have children, and I wanted to know, what was out there. But um, what I find, and I'm impressed with, and I think is commendable, are the collaborations. And collaboration is nothing new, but seeing how beneficial and how profitable and how successful it's been for people, you will hear the different rappers, let's see, or a singer who may include a rapper to participate on the project. And it comes out well. The collaborations work well. What I see in the kid in that, is utilizing the different talents and abilities to come together to make one cohesive project. And it's smart sometimes. I mean, you can't do everything. Although I do a lot, I know I can't do everything either. And so I struggle. I do struggle because I do need help. But, and I do all that I can, and I thank God for allowing me to learn how to do certain things, and I have the ability to do it. But even from the beginning of creation, God fixed it where even Adam was not alone. Although he had the animals in which he had dominion over, and he named all the animals and what have you, but there was not another human. And he needed a partner that complemented him, that provided for him in a way that he needed. God said it's not good for man to be alone. you know, and God placed Eve in Adam's life. Okay? I wasn't expecting to talk about Adam and Eve, but that just came up. um, but it just goes to show you, as I always say, God gives us what we need. And He provided for Adam what he needed. And it is the same with us. As I said, I work well by myself, and I usually work. I have my own way of doing things, but I really enjoy working with a team, working together, working for a common good. I want to encourage some of you to be mindful and to be a good team player. Teams are important. I mean, I've worked all my adult life, and it always worked better when people did their part. It's like an orchestra. I love music. It's like a band. There are different. A band is not one. Okay, there's different components to the band. The trumpet don't overshadow the trombone, and the trombone don't overshadow the clarinet. Nobody should be trying to outplay anybody, but play their part. And it all comes together beautifully. Correct? Beautifully. We can compliment each other. I don't mean compliment like, oh, you're so pretty. I mean compliment where we mesh together and work well together. Okay? COMPLEMENT. Not COMPLIMENT. Okay, there's a difference. And it bothers me because I'm aware of a situation. Actually, my daughter is dealing with it, and there's people that wants to be the whole show, the whole shebang, okay, and not wanting to be a good team player. Now, one thing about being a team player, or being in a group, or being on a project, there is leadership. Some people don't know how to follow leadership. Now, one thing about being a good leader, if you do want to lead, you should first be a good follower. You should first know how to follow instruction and direction and leadership. Okay? You're working on a project, you're working together, you're collaborating. There are parts and places for each person to be. But there is a team leader. Okay? Some people want to do it all. They want to be it all. And they don't care how they treat other people. And that's not right. We can work harmoniously together. Yes, we can. And especially in the church. That's a prime example of working on the same team. Okay? The Bible speaks about as well about the different parts of the body. The body. Let's talk about the physical body. The arm doesn't do what the legs do. They're all designed for a certain purpose, but collectively they make a body. They make it successful. You ever known or heard about where let's say, okay, I know my husband has knee pain. He has knee problems. There are times when one knee works overtime because the other knee is hurting and can't perform like it should. But that puts extra, what it does, it puts extra weight and extra wear and tear on the other knee. And so ultimately, that other knee starts to have problems because it was compensating for the lack of the other knee. Okay? But when they're fine and working in tandem, working together, it's okay. If you, it all works together. Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work together for good for them who love the Lord and who are called according to their purpose. So all of the things that's happening is for a purpose. Okay? And in a team and in a group, you have a purpose. What is your purpose in that environment, in that culture, in that place, in that group, in that team? You have a purpose. You cannot do every single part, every single thing. Okay? But you all can have the same focus for the same outcome. God is a God of order, decency, and order. All things should be done in decency and in order. Okay? We don't work well when there's chaos, when there's hidden agendas, when there's people who are feeling left out. Be inclusive, help others, and then we could support each other as well. I'm looking at my pop-ups. Think about a football team. Okay, there are different positions. Think about a track team when they're running the what do they call that? The tag team. Okay, there's the anchor. There's the one in the front, and there's those in the middle. But everybody has to do their part because it's a team effort. You can't expect the one person to make the whole team. Everybody else, not doing their part, but expecting the one person to win it all. No, let's do this together. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. So, again, collaboration. Put your ideas and your thoughts together. Let's work together. Let's help one another. Let's be a support for one another. Let's encourage one another. Sometimes there's nothing like encouragement that comes from your fellow teammate. And if you're in a leadership position, yes, you're in the front, but you should also walk amongst or among the group. You want people to follow your leadership and direction, but they still feel better and more comfortable when you're walking amongst them, when you're in the midst. You can lead from there. You don't have to walk around with the hat on saying, I'm the boss, I'm the leader. The leader don't just, some people want to send people to do things. Tell people, you do this, you do that. But the leader should also be a part of that. The leader should know the entire demographics. The leader should know every position. They don't have to do every position, but they should be aware of it. And we can be, a group can be like, and I'm going to close with this, like the flock of geese. Are y'all familiar with that story? And it's the truth. The V formation. I love that story because you know how the birds migrate, okay? And it's about a flock of geese going from wherever to wherever. But they fly. Have you ever seen the birds migrating or seen them in flight? It's beautiful. The V formation, okay? I know I can't show it right, but like a V. There's one in the front. That's the point. That's the tip of the V. But the others form in that V formation. And they're flying together. But they're not on top of each other. They're not fighting. They're not bickering. They're trying to get to a destination. And the one in front is probably the strongest one. But the beautiful thing about the geese is that they take turns being that point, and they fly together, and that V formation somehow makes the flight better or successful. But they also is also known that if one of them get hurt, sick or whatever, and as they're going down, another geese will go down with them to help them to safety. Now they might be dying, I don't know, but they're not doing it alone. That other geese is going down with them to support them, to help them, and then returns to that flock or begins their own. But they don't do none of this alone. That's the point. Okay? That's the point. We can get to where we need to go together, working together. And I love the fact of them taking turns of being in the front. Because sometimes being in the front can tire you out, right? The weight of the responsibility, the strength that you need, the things that you need to do. That's why it's important and it's good to have a team, a group effort. So, God bless you all, and let's remember that we can do so much better together. We're better together. Amen. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Like I'm doing, and I'm praying for better resources and ability and people that can help me. You know, it's not that I want to do it all, because I may be good at things, but I'm not good at everything. And then some people are better. You know, we have specialties at times. You may be stronger in this way, in this position. So why not utilize your gifts and we do it collectively? So, y'all have a great rest of the week, and I will be seeing you. It is my desire and my plan to see you on Sunday. And I actually have one more thing that I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it in another segment. Bye-bye, y'all.